WFDU Teaneck, the voice of Fairleigh Dickinson University, and the right place to be on the left side of the dial. WFDU
I grabbed the steering wheel and drove into the clouds. I grabbed the steering wheel, drove into the clouds. Turned off the radio, rolled the windows down. Dark, I turned the headlights on. It started getting dark, I turned the headlights on. I grabbed the steering wheel, drove till the dark was gone. If the Lord appears, I can see his face. And if the Lord appears, I can see his face. The devil said to me, you better hit the brakes.
And now, those are our guests on their CD, Uncle Wade, and the name of the very original title of the album is Uncle Wade. How nice, right? Simple music for complicated times. I love that slogan. I tell you what, rather than my introducing you, why don't we go around the room and you can introduce our guests who are in the studio with us, the group called Uncle Wade, and we can find out all about them and get some live music here for this afternoon. That'll be really great here on the Traditions program. Why don't we go around the room? We start with... Oh, it'd be nice if I turned you guys on, though, wouldn't it be? Yes. All right, now we go. Okay. We start with...
This is Andy Revkin. We all live in Garrison. I play various things. We all try to play mainly the instruments we're least good at as a way to keep it all simple.
Well, that makes it simple, all right. I'm sure of that.
I'm Jerry Krenach.
Yeah, get close to the microphone, Jerry.
Jerry Krenach.
There you go. Terrific.
Yep.
And we have...
Peter Rundquist.
Peter Rundquist and...
Art Labriola.
Okay, and I have to say, because if that name sounds familiar to anybody, we've had somebody he's associated with in the studio. You want to tell us how you associated with this group? Motherload.
Yeah, we share the same house.
Oh, that's one way of putting it. You know, I got to tell you, this politically correct day and age, it's a politically correct way of putting it, I'm sure, right? Share the same house. Well, I guess you had a prenup agreement. Okay, let's move ahead then. How did you get into this? Let's start with that. Whoever wants to answer that question, I suppose.
I think Jerry's responsible, right?
For Uncle Wade.
Yeah.
We we've all been friends, and then we started having conversations on the train platform in Garrison, waiting to take the train in the city. About just wanted an outlet to play a lot of the instruments that we love and a lot of the songs that we love, but that we didn't necessarily know how to play yet. So we figured it's just a great way to sit on the porch, sit outside, and play the old Charlie Patton songs and Sun House, and work these things up in pretty unique fashion, and really starting from scratch and picking up. I had a National Steel. I learned how to. I bought it. I wanted to learn how to play it. And Andy's a great picker and stuff, so we put him on violin so he could fiddle. And Art's a great piano player, and he picked up dobro. And Pete is a great guitar player and kind of cheats a little bit. Plays guitar and banjo
Drop
and
one string,
singing.
one down 5 string.
Yeah, so we all just kind of do a bunch of everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Jerry's a
pretty
drummer,
good.
by the way.
That's pretty good. But you didn't play on a train, hopefully.
No. We just would
Doesn't
talk
come
about
with that.
songs.
No.
And,
I mean, they
Homeland Security doesn't allow that.
I was about to get angry about cell phones, so I
right.
This,
No.
this
We
really,
would just have conversations
yeah.
about our favorite songs.
Yeah, well,
so
that's
forth.
great, though. What a way to start. But tell you what, before we go into the rest of your history, you want to do a live piece to start with?
Sure.
Give the people a sample of how you could have annoyed people on a train, but you
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
We try,
All right.
it's an old Carter family song called Chewing Gum. We like to sing about three things, basically. We sing about food, we sing about rivers, since we live on the Hudson River, and we sing about trains, but this was one of our food songs.
And it's called?
It's called Chewing Gum.
Chewing Gum. Okay.
2, 3, 4. Mama sent me to the spring, she told me not to stay. Fell in love with a pretty little girl, could not get away. I'm John chewing gum, chewing gum. I'm John chewing gum, chewing gum. First she give me peaches, next she give me pears, next she give me 50 cents, kiss me on the stairs. I'm John chewing gum, chewing gum. I'm John chewing gum, chewing gum. Slide that thing. Mama don't allow me to sew, Papa don't allow me to sing. Don't want me to marry, and the marriage just the same. I'm chewing gum, chewing gum. Chewing gum, chewing gum. Wouldn't have me a lawyer tell you the reason why. Every time he opens his mouth, tells a great big lie. I'm chewing gum, chewing gum. I'm chewing gum, like that. I wouldn't have me a doctor tell you the reason why. The eyes around all the train, they gonna die. I'm chewing gum, chewing gum. Chewing gum. My girl just last night till you're done. Walk around in the preacher's face, chewing gum. I'm chewing gum, chewing gum. Chewing gum, chewing gum. I'm chewing gum, chewing gum. Chewing gum.
Oh, I have to get my toes from tapping. Stop for a minute, right? That was just great, you guys. You got some sense of rhythm. How is it possible to switch from, say, a plucking instrument to a bowed instrument, for example? I see Andy Revkin is taking out the violin right now.
I hate bowing. Bowing is a nightmare. But, again, it's
Right.
all in pursuit of fresh stuff. So.
And no trumpets or saxophones here, right?
Well, we've had a trumpet sit in.
Are you
but
really?
No one here has tried
We
a
have trumpets.
brass.
I doubt that'll ever happen here.
We have kazoo. We have kazoo that.
Oh, no, the kazoo solos would be
Little
the best thing.
mouth
yeah.
working, but that's
Yeah, a kazoo solo I think is
Doing
probably
it.
one of the best things you can have. Actually, we just recently got something on the email. Somebody who wanted to come by and do an hour of kazoo music.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, I've heard albums of kazoo orchestras.
And?
It's pretty. It's a racket.
yeah, that's right. It's nice
Incredible.
as once in a while, there's a little novel, like a Spike Jones kind of thing, I suppose, or what have you. So, how long have you been doing this now?
About 2 years. A little over 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you've appeared at a couple of clubs, haven't you, here and there?
We played at the Clearwater Festival this year.
Exactly, you
and,
were there, right?
Various clubs, Peekskill Coffee House, Sonic Cafe in Beacon,
Black Cow.
Black Cow in Croton.
We're branching out slowly.
Yeah.
Regional tour.
We may do that little city down the river a little farther pretty soon.
The big one.
Ah, they're closing all their venues anyway. You know.
Yeah, right.
See, Jerry's got this Econoline van in our dreams. We're gonna all get in that van and just go.
Yeah, no, all the action is up in Peekskill or whatever, right? I was gonna actually, that's right, because you were at the Clearwater, so was Mother Lode,
Right.
They appeared on the stage too. I think one of you backed. Was it you?
Jerry and I, we backed
Right.
in the band.
Right.
playing with
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'll tell you, one of the greatest memories was we played in one of the areas there, the song circle, and I looked out and there was Pete Seeger. You know, he basically is just sitting at one of the lesser venues, just taking it all in. You know.
Oh
That was-
yes,
that was
isn't
a
it
thrill.
amazing? Yeah.
We're really privileged to live up there where Mr. Seeger
You
resides.
you have a picture, I believe, on your website where Pete's singing and you guys are backing him up.
Yeah, we
Am
backed
I
him
right?
up in Beacon at a little thing.
Yeah, the Estuary Center. We try to like lend our services to a lot of venues and things, and not necessarily paying gigs, but just the ability to help out wherever we can through music.
Well, that's
Doing what we
nice.
do.
Actually, along as we're talking to the website, who wants to give the website?
Oh, well, I'll say it.
Real
It's,
close to the mic so we can really get.
Okay, so to find 3 of our songs streaming or downloadable and get some more information on our calendar, www.sonicbids, like supersonic, sonicbids.com/Uncle Wade, all one word.
Oh, that slash. Yeah, that slash is afterwards. Yeah. Well, where did the Sonic Bids come from?
It's a company that's assisting musicians sort of who don't have a record
Oh.
label. It gives you a place to post songs and
I see.
and get people to know your stuff.
I thought it was a venue because you mentioned something before that you play something at the Sonic Bids or
Oh,
something.
Chthonic. How do you pronounce that?
Sonic Clash.
Sonic Clash
Oh,
Cafe in
that's how-
Beacon.
okay.
Totally different thing.
All right, that was different. Well,
Basically, we haven't gotten our website together, but it's coming. We'll get one going.
oh, you got some pictures up there now.
Yeah.
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 Downloadable pictures.
We're very
Anybody
hands-on.
wants a pin up of these guys?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh boy.
That's
we
why
will-
we're on the radio. That's why we're
We'll,
on
question,
Exactly.
we'll question your taste. That's what we'll do, right? You guys want to do another song?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to do one that kind of encapsulates what we do. We're just working this out. I wrote it just a few weeks ago. It's based on a true story of Jerry Krenach's great grandfather, right?
Mhm.
Who was a coal miner, and as happens down there, died. But there are interesting circumstances surrounded that the song kind of plays out. And we've literally just worked out the arrangement, so that you'll kind of get a taste of how we do what we do, imperfections at all. It's called Blackbird.
Blackbird sits on our windowsill in a cage of twigs and twine. My sweet Marie will never set free. I'll tell you the reasons why. I'll tell you the reasons why. As we close one morn in the dark for dawn, the wind sound we heard ran around our kitchen lamp. There came that dreadful bird. There came that dreadful bird.
Wow, that's a powerful little piece, I'll tell you. So you wrote the music to it and the lyrics?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a lyric writer also besides music.
Well, I'm a writer in all
general.
formats.
Well, I
basically.
see that, yeah.
I'm a storyteller, so sometimes
Yeah.
it's a newspaper, sometimes it's...
Well, there's got to be a
song.
difference in writing, say, a newspaper article and writing a song with rhymes, meter, and whatever.
Yeah, in this case, I'd written this sort of fiddle tune first, and then Jerry was telling us the story of his great-grandfather who died this way, and the bird flew in the kitchen in the morning, and the whole deal. And then it was just a matter of meshing ideas with the music, and just certain things. Winged death seemed like a phrase that made sense when you talk about the blackbird of bad luck coming in the morning, and so it just kind of flowed from there, and then we worked out the arrangements.
And on the way, we got another one working on about a trailer and a double-wide trailer and a girlfriend, but that's a whole nother
Teenage
song.
romance, yeah.
That's something you just can't
A
play.
little lighter than birds.
But
and
it's all
Flies.
it's all different. Every song is different, and some start with the words, some start with the
With the music, yeah.
That was kind of fun. We were just sitting in the other room. We had some time to kill, so we just literally worked out the arrangement. And I think it's kind of fun. We have the band thing going, and it's been a couple years now, so we're getting that kind of synchronicity, which is nice. We can say, okay, bridge here, and let's work this out. And it's starting to come together
Yeah,
pretty
it could
quickly.
be totally different tomorrow, though.
That's right.
Could be.
Well, but the thing is, I noticed you guys do the same thing as some of the other groups that have come in, Motherlode being one of them. They seem to almost think alike, and they do the arrangements real quick. They can come up with it just like that, and because you're all on the same page, so to speak, or whatever the expression would be.
I think there was a certain band thing. Yeah, you get to think in the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't work as a band unless the sensibilities are somewhat in the same
Well, yeah.
ballpark. And
Yeah.
it's not work for us. It's just sitting down and playing.
Unfortunately, you were talking about lyrics, and you come with this double trailer park. John Prine has a new song out, but unfortunately, can't play it on the air. Although I did edit the one word out because he came up with a great rhyme about just when things are looking good, that's when a bird right on your hood. So we leave the rest of the imagination of the audience,
Yeah,
right?
we have one song in our repertoire that's not for airplay.
Yeah.
But, mostly are.
Yeah,
We try to keep it.
right. Well, I see you're taking out the brushes.
Oh yeah,
I think they're called brushes, am I
yes,
right?
yeah. I have
I'm
those.
dying to hear that instrument already.
Once in a while, Jerry's allowed to play drums.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me
Falls
out of the
back on
cage.
her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we let you. And then watch out.
This next one is a Guy Clark's song. He's one of my favorite songwriters. I'm sure
It's great, yeah.
You must play him on the show all the time.
Oh, you do.
It's called Texas Cooking.
Oh, that's one of our favorites.
And we
that
do
one?
more sort of
yeah.
an up-tempo version of the
Yeah.
tune.
He did.
Food
He
song.
did Baton Rouge too, if I'm not mistaken, didn't it? Was that one?
Yeah, that's
Baton
us.
Rouge. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Texas cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going down to Austin, Texas. I'm going down to set my soul. Get too far, but you and chili. Eat my fill and come back home. I'm gonna take my baby with me. We're gonna have a real fine time. We're gonna eat till we get silly. Sure to make the beer taste fine. Said, whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Whoa, my mama, stuff your belly till your backbone's bumping. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Whoa, my mama, eat it every day if I could. Well, I know a man who cooks armadillo, tastes so sweet he calls it pie. I'm gonna wanna eat pan dolce, tastes so fine it gets you high. Get yourself a big old sausage, a big old plate of ranch-style beans. I could eat the heart of Texas. We're gonna need some brand new jeans. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Whoa, my mama, stuffed belly, back bumping. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Whoa, my mama, eat it every day if I could. Well, I know a gal who cooks fried okra. It's the best you ever saw. I'm gonna wanna get cabrito. Must be against the law. Get yourself a big old sausage, big old plate of ranch-style beans. I could eat the heart of Texas. We're gonna need some brand new jeans. And whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Whoa, my mama, stuffed belly, back bumping. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Whoa, my mama, eat it every day, honey, if I could. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Whoa, my mama, stuffed belly, back bumping. Whoa, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Whoa, my mama, eat it every day if I could. Little cooking.
Well, and you're all in it together. Now we just got a call from the construction company. The building is shaking. They're a little nervous. They're nervous about that, but yes, it is. Yes, indeed.
We just played that at a barbecue last night.
Did you really?
Very appropriate. Yeah.
I would think so. I love Guy Clark's stuff, especially. Boats to Build is one of my favorites.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I mean-
just beautiful words there. And there's another song. I don't know if you guys do that or not. That he also wrote, The Cape.
Oh, we don't.
Oh, that's. Of course, I wouldn't want any kid to try it, but he says always trust your cape. Jump off the garage.
Oh, right off the ground. Right.
Right.
He's
Which
splendid.
not-
He's like Richard Thompson. He can kind of do everything. He's kind of Richard Thompson,
Yeah.
and he different traditions, different cultures,
Oh,
and stuff,
yeah.
but the same richness of songwriting.
Yeah.
They can just do it all. So,
Yeah, they're different than a storyteller. Not really a storytelling kind of thing. In a way it is, in a way it isn't. A guy like, say, Harry Chapin or Eric Bogle, more storytellers.
Absolutely.
But this has got this rhythm and this beat to it. And Texas cooking, of course, was just great. There was one about tomatoes. Everybody loves. They always
Homegrown
request,
tomatoes.
That's the one. They always request that one, right?
yeah,
Homegrown
we'll have to.
tomatoes.
Well, we have a lifetime of learning to do here, so we're going to keep writing songs and learning new ones. So
Well, in 2 years, you've guys built a pretty good repertoire already.
we can
I
play
think.
pretty much for several hours straight with as long as we get an adequate beer and whatever.
Beer and food,
Keep
yeah.
going.
Well, I think after the beer, you must forget the words, but that's okay.
That has happened.
I should think
It's
so.
part of our
Doesn't seem to affect
charm.
anything.
It's part of the Wayne charm.
How is it that you're here 2 years and you've got this fairly wide repertoire already that you can actually, without missing a beat, you know the damn words, you just keep right on going? How do you memorize them that rapidly? Writing is one
Well,
thing.
some of these are songs that I've known for a while.
Oh, okay.
I kind of did the singer-songwriter solo thing for years.
Oh, did you?
And but I just love being in a band. I'd never been in a band my whole life.
Right.
And here I am pushing the mid-century mark and finally doing it. It's just great fun because of all that chemistry and someone else throws in an idea or a note and it just gets great.
No ego problems?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
No,
Let me put on my
I'm getting personal here, see?
no. This
Not
is
at all.
the sum of the parts is greater than the individual members, or however you want to put
Something
it.
like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well put.
yeah.
Oh, so I see. You're the lyricist and you're the diplomat. Is that right? Oh, okay.
And Stacy books the gigs.
Is that a fact? Is she really?
Stacy is our biggest.
She's our #1 fan.
Oh, really?
Yes.
By the way,
Thank you, Stacy.
I love the name of that other gal in that group. That is so great, alliterative name. Patty Pelican. I love that.
Pretty good.
But I am glad to say that her, I forgot the part of your body below your jaw does not look like a pelican. So that's nice.
No, that's no
chicken
waddle.
Right. Waddles, right. That's right.
No, she has no waddle.
Well, we're running like a concert series here today on the Traditions program, thanks to you guys. And I'm just delighted with that. You want to keep playing some more music?
We love playing music.
Okay.
Well, here we're going to do another original.
Okay.
Now this one draws on my reporting day job. I go to Washington quite a bit for the New York Times, where I'm a writer.
You're a science writer for them. We might as well tell them that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I write about the environment mainly. And,
Right.
I was on the metro down there, the train going past the Arlington stop, and a family got on who had just come from the cemetery, and they had just buried an uncle who was a Vietnam vet.
Mm.
And one of them passingly mentioned to the other that the preacher told them that the cemetery is starting to run out of room. And that just stuck in my head. As a reporter or a songwriter, things stick in your head, and you just want to explore them. And so I looked into it, and it turned out that it was correct. you know, we're not talking about tomorrow, but the cemetery is definitely running out of room.
Yeah, I read that.
And they're even
too.
trying to figure out, they stack relatives vertically now as a way to save space. And they encourage cremation as a way to save space. And there are about 30 burials a day there right now, mostly World War II veterans and of course, victims of the current war. So I started working on, this is another one where it's kind of it all, I was working on the melody, working on the lyrics, and then I kind of shared it with these guys, and we're still working on it, but we'll play it.
And it's called
Arlington. In 1864, the burying began. Despite that rebel Robert Lee, we took away his lands. Just outside of Arlington, of Washington, his hills spread far and wide. Soon corn gave way to crosses as young soldiers died. And where will they go when there's no more room in Arlington? Arlington, the hills go on and on, brave veterans and fresh fallen side by side. Bugles blow and caissons roll 24 times each day. At that rate, in 15 years, there'll be no place to lay in Arlington. In Arlington. Private William Christman was the first one we laid down. Now there are 250,000 in that hallowed ground. And Mrs. Lee's rose garden we planted near 2,000. Those just the boys that fell down at Bull Run. And where will they go when there's no more room in Arlington? Arlington, the hills go on and on, brave veterans and fresh fallen side by side. Bugles blow and caissons roll 24 times each day. At that rate, in 15 years, there'll be no place to lay in Arlington. In Arlington. From the war to save the Union, and the war to end all wars, and all the battles in between, all fought on distant shores. Where will they go when there's no more room in Arlington? Arlington, the hills go on and on, brave veterans and fresh fallen side by side. Bugles blow and caissons roll 24 times each day. At that rate, in 15 years, there'll be no place to lay in Arlington. In Arlington. In Arlington. In Arlington. In 1864, the burying began.
That's a beautiful piece. As a matter of fact, you have a solo of it. We played it on Memorial Day weekend here on the station, or I played on the station here.
Was that just the stripped down version?
Yeah, right, of course. But this arrangement is just a beautiful
Well,
arrangement.
again, you
It's
know,
evolving.
You didn't do it today, I assume. The arrangement.
No, this one we've been working on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm glad you came prepared at least for a little bit of this
and
stuff.
This is not on our one sort of funky CD we have, but it's streamable. It's downloadable at that website.
Oh, is it really?
sonicbids.com / Uncle Wade.
Uncle Wade. Let me ask you this: as long as you mention CDs, are you planning another CD? I mean, full-length CD?
Yeah. It's again ever evolving. When we can find the time.
Yeah, that's the key thing. We really enjoy the playing. As much as the prospect of recording, but we do like our material to be heard too. So
it would be nice.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, as you said, you appeared at local venues. There was a performer we had in the studio a number of years back, and now she's got a recording contract. But before that, she said she did better without the contract, selling her stuff at coffee houses out of the back of her car.
Yeah.
Well, the money was hers, you know, and she did very well. Mary Gaucher is her name, by the way,
Oh,
because
okay, sure.
if you know who she is. So, it's amazing. But I hope you come up with something real soon, because this first little sampler CD, if you want to call it that, is really. How'd you get the name Uncle Wade? I wanted to ask you something earlier.
Right. Well,
okay.
It's your LP. Didn't you have an LP?
Yeah, I have an old. I still have LPs, quite a few, and I have one by Wade Ward, the old frailing banjo player from the Appalachians. Who's kind of and even though we don't do old timey music, meaning real hill fiddle music, there was something about that name that caught the interest of these guys. I think Peter particularly, just like hey, Uncle Wade. It just kind of hung in there, and so that's where it came from. And it gets at the idea of simplicity.
That's it. Well, except the picture on your CD here is in front of a truck. I assume that's in where you live, the Garrison
There
garage.
is a Garrison garage in
Garrison.
Garrison.
And
It's sitting up there on Route 9 somewhere in Garrison. Yeah, there's that truck is there if you go up looking for it.
And I don't know if you did this with a computer or you did it, or he let you paint Uncle Wade on the bumper there.
I think Pete painted it with.
I think it's on the truck.
Yeah, it was midnight one night. I ran down there.
Oh, so now.
No, it's Photoshop is a wonderful thing. It does.
I thought I'd have to call the police about graffiti people in the studio here or something like that. So, but that's neat. Though. Yeah, I like that, Uncle Wade. You do play bluegrass to some extent, don't you? A little bit.
Well, not pure bluegrass. We don't do that
blue.
syncopated blue. There's a certain formality to bluegrass
very
itself that
formal,
we
yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
like.
I think we tend to dip our toe in the various oceans of different genres, but we try to mutate them and make them our own. You know,
Yeah.
we definitely screw them up just enough to make them Uncle Wade.
Yeah,
music.
bluegrass is that real chop thing, and it's just so on the beat and so.
And it also implies that you really know how to play your
Well,
instrument.
there's that too.
Exactly.
That's right. You have to really know how to play.
That's what I want to
Yeah.
say. We can't play.
Bill
that
Monroe
back
was a
to this.
virtuoso, you know.
Yeah.
He was an
But you
American
speak of
treasure.
formality. I've always loved the routine. There was a group, I think they're still together, called Out to Lunch, and they do a great spoof of him where they stand very stiffly on the stage, and one of them moves forward two steps back. You know, that's it, you know, and
But that comes from being around one microphone in the audience.
yeah, well, that
as
too. Yeah.
Step in, step out.
And Bill Monroe never smiled. Just keep.
And they're still, Del McCrory's, they're still doing that. You know, it's amazing. It's and it's a great sound.
Oh, it is.
For those
yeah.
who can't see us, which is all of you, we are not wearing string ties.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man, you're Kentucky Colonels, y'all. All right, you picked up your violin, I see. Fiddle, however you want to call it. What should we call it today?
Fiddle,
A fiddle.
definitely.
Okay, we'll call it fiddle today. All right.
And this is, you brought this to us, I think, Peter, or no, it was Jerry. Yeah, Empire State.
Oh, the fiddle or the song?
Empire State
Empire
Blues,
State, yeah.
which is, of course, even though it's by Son House and it's thought of as a Delta blues song, it's about the Hudson River train line.
He ended up in Buffalo, I think, or he was living upstate.
Rochester.
And the guys from Canned Heat found him, actually. He had completely forgotten how to play his music, and he had to be retaught how to play all his own songs. And he had a second career back in the 60s. But the Empire State Blues, that's our train line going right up the Hudson.
Okay.
Empire State Blues. Before you start, I must tell the audience, because you're sitting here, Peter? Jerry.
Oh.
I'm so good at these things.
That's
Ask me numbers. I know numbers. You know. Anyway, Jerry, he has a beautiful guitar in front of him. It's a National Steel guitar. But what I've always, and my audience knows, is because we've had him on the show, Scott Ainsley, who plays National Steel, but a very old one. So when I saw this one, I said, "But it doesn't look like steel, but you've got a coating or a glaze or whatever the word
they call
is."
them baked on finishes.
Baked on, yeah, because the older ones were just pure, I guess, steel finish.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
half baked.
They
Half baked, right.
They did have a finish. A lot of them, and I have one of the old ones. They
Oh, do
just
Yeah, Pete
years
has
warm
them.
right off.
Yeah.
They had a funny. They called it frosted or something. It was a frosted
Oh.
finish. Almost looked like your windows
Yeah.
in the middle of winter. There was a whole
Yeah.
thing. But we'll
But
give it.
they're cool
We'll
because
give Jerry 70 or 80 years, and that'll look like.
Yeah. Well, they have a variety of colors. It's cool what National has done. Just
Yeah.
to blue and crazy
And the
things.
sound is there.
Oh, the sound's there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
great. They're beautiful guitars, and
Yeah.
they sound great. I just like the earthiness of this copper or whatever this is.
Great. Well, let's go
That's
to
kinda
Empire
cool.
State Blues, you say, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked the depot agent, will you let me ride? Won't you let me ride? Please, won't you let me ride? I asked the depot agent, baby, won't you please let me ride? He said I wouldn't mind it, son, but you know that Empire State ain't mine. Take that thing now. That Empire State, you know she runs on, you know she runs on. Oh, Eastern time, that Empire State, baby, you know she runs on Eastern time. Oh, she's a rolling ass, baby, on that New York Central line. It was a mean old fireman, it's a cruel old engine. It was a cruel old engine. Oh, it's an engineer. It's a mean old fireman, baby. It was a cruel old engineer. You know they took my baby away. Left poor old me standing here. Feel that thing now, baby. Engineer blow, and that fireman rang, and that fireman rang. Oh, he rang the bell. Engineer blow the whistle, baby. You know that fireman rang the bell. You know my woman's on board, and she's waving back fine and well. Now, if you want to go to Chicago, you better get on. You better get on. Oh, get on quick if you want to go to Chicago, baby. You better get on quick. Oh, you can't take that Empire State. Gonna get your business fixed. Take me home, man, take me home.
Well, you ended together again. It's working out very well, I think. Yes. That was beautifully done, beautifully done. And that sound of that guitar is great. And the best part is you all sound like you're having a really good time. And
Yeah,
you look like you're having a good
We
time.
would not be doing it if it wasn't fun.
I know that.
No,
I
that's
can
a
see that.
blast.
It's always amazed me, yourselves and other groups. It's a delight. Some people just get up and they perform, and there are some people like yourselves. They just you can see it in their faces and their emotion that they're really enjoying what they're doing, and I think that's 90% of the audience enjoyment also.
Well, that's cool.
We found that to be true.
Yeah.
You know, they tolerate our squeaks and things.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
In part because of the energy.
Well,
hopefully.
but that's what it's all about. It has to be anyway. Yeah, sure.
And you know, the other part of it is we're not preaching, but we love people to think that there's all these instruments lying around in closets and attics that just don't get played, and we're not. You know, these three guys are professional musicians, but they play other stuff.
Right.
And for them to pick up in an unembarrassed way, for Jerry to put down his drums and pick up a guitar is a gutsy thing, and but anyone has that ability. It's really fun.
Yeah. All right, and
So kids, put down that Game Boy.
That's right. Put down that.
Pick up that guitar.
now that's a good idea. So, let me go around. We already know about you that you're not a musician.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a reporter and
Yeah.
read a couple of books on
Right.
the environment. And
Yeah, but you seem to manage with the music all right, so you know.
Oh yeah.
But what kind of musicians are the rest of you? Let's go around. Jerry, let's start with you.
I'm a drummer, and I'm also do a lot of music supervision, production, things like that.
You mean like for recording companies? Some
Yeah, I've done a lot of commercial production and supervision of commercials, small films, things like that.
Oh, let's see. And you?
I'm a
Peter?
surviving reformed banker. Gave that up many years ago and picked up the guitar. I had picked up the guitar many years ago, so I'm a guitar player by trade and composer. Work down in the
Yeah.
studio down in the city and write music for picture, for TV, film, stuff like that.
I was going to do my bad joke when you said you were in banking and you left it with all the corporate scandal. I thought maybe you were a singer or something on that order.
Well, that's
I couldn't resist that bad joke.
I got out when the getting was good.
Yeah, I see that.
That is not where we got our focus on jailhouse songs.
That's a good. Very good. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Peter.
No, that's fine. That's the whole of my
your career in that.
simple
Oh.
side story.
And now we're up to Art.
Oh, I'm a pianist and
Uh-huh.
a piano player,
Right.
I guess, and I'm a composer and producer.
Mm-hmm.
Do records and shows as they come along, and pretty much hole up in my house with a bunch of computers around me and write music.
You have a jazz album out, right?
Yeah, it's kind
What
of a
is-
solo piano
There you go.
record, kind of contemplative, relaxing. Don't drive when you listen to this record.
Sounds
A
fair.
lot of yoga instructors.
Sunday morning music.
Sounds
Uncle
fair.
Wade will keep you awake, and Art
Yeah.
will.
It's a great record. It's
Mellow
really
out.
beautiful. Really
I'm
Well, I
sure.
think one of my fondest Wade memories is sitting out, Andy, in your backyard. You know, no electricity, just
Right.
4 chairs, and just pushing air. No computers, no electricity, just real simple.
Pushing air.
Pushing air.
That's a great expression, which I've never heard in my life. Pushing air.
Maybe that's our next album.
Pushing air.
Kinda.
Okay. Sounds fine to me. Oh, listen, it's getting late in the hour. Can we get a little more from you in the studio, if you care to?
Well, sure.
Sure. Let's see. I really had to push you guys into this
We got-
tonight.
we got-
Captain Kennedy?
Yeah.
Captain Kennedy.
Want to try that?
That's a
One?
little long. Is it too
Which
long?
one are you going to do?
Should we play one off the disc, or do you want to? Should we?
Let's play one more.
Well, I thought we
play.
could play one off the disc when
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
we bid you a fond
Sure.
farewell.
Great.
How's that?
Absolutely.
Train?
Oh, let's do Train.
All right.
You're going to do Train?
It's a
No, Steve Earle tune.
It's a Steve Earle tune. He's one
Okay.
of our heroes.
Mandolin is somewhere.
Where's the
Keeping
mandolin?
it alive.
Is there a mandolin?
Is there a
around?
mandolin over there?
Yes, there is. That's the other.
We
one.
also
Train,
mix
you
and
can't
match.
see us. The instruments are being trained through the air.
And we're incredibly polite for a band. We say please when we pass the instruments. Here we go.
The mandolin, that is a tough one with all those fine...
Well, now the thing about Andy, though, we can never watch him play because he plays it upside
Oh,
down.
they can't see that. That's right. Yeah.
They can't see that.
I'm looking too.
I play everything up backwards,
wait.
sort of left-handed.
Are you
reverse.
lefty?
Yeah. But I
Oh.
play fiddle and mandolin, all
But
of
he-
them upside down.
I think
Same.
there was a guy from Air Supply
That's
and
true.
Elizabeth Cotton.
Yeah.
He doesn't restring the guitar, so it's
Yeah.
he's got the low string down at his toes,
Yeah,
which I
it's
think
kinda weird.
I think that's the Wade's secret weapon.
If we have one.
If we have one, that's it. Down picking on the high strings.
All right, Train.
Mr. Earl.
Good to the last note again, right? On that one.
That was too slow.
That was. I'm always the mandolin. The picking is so quick on it. I mean, you guys are all hitting things fast and hard, but that mandolin business is always amazing.
Yeah.
It's our secret weapon. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
and these things are so close together. Well, listen, Uncle Wade, Jerry Krenach, I'm sorry.
Krenach,
Jerry
that's fine.
Krenach,
That's
right.
fine.
Art Labriola, Peter Rundquist, and Andy Revkin. I'm so glad you guys joined us today.
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
Peter.
it's a
Yeah.
delight
It's our
having you.
It's our first time on radio. Thanks very much.
Well, no,
on the radio.
listen, we love having talented people, and you guys sure fit the bill on that one. That's for darn sure. Let's get that website one more time. You guys give it. You do better than I do.
Right. www.sonicbids, like supersonic, sonicbids.com/Uncle Wade, all one thing. You can also just Google Uncle Wade and Arlington. Actually, if you Google Uncle Wade and Arlington, you find it right away.
Google. God bless Google.
It is amazing what you can get on Google. It just, what did we do before? We always said before fax machines, before this, before that.
Right.
Encyclopedias.
Well, yeah. Just as a sidelight on my other program, I was running out of some material. I said, I wonder. So I went to Google and I looked up certain talent agencies, and I ended up with a university in New Hampshire that has a sound archive. And I told him, well, what we do? He said, well, in that case, you're a scholar. I'm a scholar. Right? And you can have the password. I mean, I was amazed. And so now we have all this material coming in.
That's
It's just
fabulous.
great. Yeah. It's not folk, but
Power.
it's
Power of the internet.
yeah. Well, listen, thank you again for joining us. We'll go out with one of your songs. Now, I want to ask you which one you would prefer on your CD. We got One Meatball, you got St. James Infirmary.
How about St. James?
St. James, that's a great old song.
I was guessing that one also, you know, because and
It's a lot of
besides,
fun.
yeah, and we had Italian for lunch, all of this, so it's, we don't want to do that, right? So, okay, Uncle Wade was in the studio with us today, and I thank him one more time, and hopefully whenever you're appearing at a local coffee house. Well, by the way, is there any performance in the area
Oh,
you
good
might want to
question.
mention?
Well, we got the
Yeah.
Depot gig. That's
Yeah.
November.
We have
October,
November 19th is Phillipstown Depot Theater, which is a cool old theater at the Garrison train station.
Uh-huh.
It's been revamped, and that's a great place to see a show. It's about a 90-seat
Right.
theater. That's November 19th. Before that, we have October 1st, Saturday, at 8 o'clock at night is Peekskill Coffee House.
Oh, that's great.
So those would be about two coming up.
And they're all listed on the calendar. on
I was
the
about to
website,
say,
so,
and keep us posted here because then I'll
Sure.
we'll definitely announce it, of course.
Great.
So,
Great, thank you.
So now we're going down to St. James Infirmary.
Oh, boy.
Right.
Way down.
Way down.
Joe Michellig is the second generation.
I went down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there. She stretched out on that long white table. She's so cold, so sweet, so fair. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She can love this whole world over, but she that long white table. She's so cold, so sweet, so fair. So fair, she's so fair. She's so fair, she's so fair. No, no, no. She's so fair, fair. She's so fair, so fair, so fair. She's so fair.
Well, okay, St. James Infirmary it was, and well, the group is leaving. Mr. Labriola's going home to his housemate, which is very nice. I couldn't resist that, but anyway. And of course, you know, this summer we're doing this was mini documentary, if I may call it that. So I'd like to tell you right now that when Polish immigrants came to America at the turn of the century, they brought entire culture with them. Their folk music was the heart of that culture. One large Polish community in Buffalo is keeping the music alive, and Joyce Krizak explores how for the voices of New York traditions.